Yeah, yo, folks. Welcome to the latest and the greatest from the Yonko table. That is the voice of Grandmaster Hoop coming at you from down the witch's road. We gotta do our first trial because that's right. We're here to talk about episode 3 of Agatha All Along. That's right. We are back with more Marvel madness as we join Agatha Harkness and her newly made coven as they begin their trials of the witch's road. And goodness gracious, I'll right off rip say I'm enjoying it. They haven't
I,
missed yet.
I bet you
It
are.
has
I bet
it
you
has
are.
it has it has critiques. I don't think it's perfect, but
Right. Yeah.
but as you heard, folks, I mean it's his channel here. DrJaceAttorney is with us. DrJaceAttorney, are you excited to explore more trials down the witch's road?
Sure. Yeah. I'm liking it. I'm liking the show so far. The trial was fun. It was interesting. Um, as soon as I saw one specific scene, I was like, he loves it. He loves this episode. He loves it. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. It's
Wait,
fine.
Sure.
which
It's
one? Which
fine.
one was it?
No,
It's the one that references the
okay.
grander MCU,
The scene, the only,
the
the only
Marvel,
one.
the Marvel is real. The
The
Marvel is
one where you could have turned off, where you could have turned it off and been
you could have
okay for
turned
the
it
rest.
out. Yeah, you
You
could have
could
turned
you
it
could have
off.
turned off
Peak
the rest of the
cinema.
episode
Peak
and been like,
cinema.
okay, we're good.
If you didn't catch it, folks, Kame Chris is in the house tonight. Supernova Kame
Yeah,
Chris.
what's up?
He's 2 for 2 this week. He said,
Right.
Damn.
I don't have a DC bias, so I have to show up for the Marvel show, he said. So he's here tonight to talk Agatha with us.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
All right, let's get into it. It's episode 3 where you picked up. We are here on the Witch's Road, and uh, so much of a road. It's just a really dark forest. But the big thing about the Witch's Road is they got to face these trials, and so they do not waste no time. We get our first trial, and each trial is going to look at our core cast here, the Coven. Each of them are going to have to step up their game during these trials. So I think the trials is an interesting concept. At least it allows, one thing I know we said in the beginning when we first covered episode 1 and 2 is that we want to see the importance of these witches and their, specialties. And I feel episode 3 so far with Jen, played by Sashir Zamata. I think this was a good showcase of the potion bit.
Mhm.
I think it was pretty simplistic, the idea of potions, but I guess everything else here I thought was really good. I think the potion aspects was, you know, very simple. I think they surrounded it with a bunch of other stuff going on, which we'll get into. But how did y'all feel about the trials being, our moving component within the Witch's Road? Do you feel so far was it good, done well here, or where are your heads at?
I think it was a good start. I think it was like good for the first because now, but I do have expectations now of it being like a little bit more like I don't want to say in depth, but like let's cut to the chase. Let's get to the magic, you know.
Sure.
But
Yeah.
but other than that, even then though, I feel like it was very like elementary storytelling, and I feel like things were kind of just thrown in a sense. Like I felt like I get the story. There's nothing to figure out here. like like at this point, I feel like as it's rolling, yes, she's gonna have to use. They're gonna have to like find a bunch of stuff to put in a cauldron. Like she's like coming up with the whole idea of the cauldron right then and there. And
Like
I mean, like
I get
yeah,
it. It's a
yeah,
potion. I need
yeah,
I need Eye of Newt. Rotate
like
3 times counterclockwise. Like, oh god, just
maybe that could have been written a bit more like creative. Like maybe they could have been a bit more creative with that. Like it was very like find that. Okay.
Would
And then
you?
yes, and then it's going to hallucinate you as well. Okay, so they're going to hallucinate on throughout this journey of theirs. Okay, it was just the storytelling was just laid out. It was just laid
Kame
out like that.
Chris, in other words, would you say you would have wanted the potion element of this episode to have been more daring?
Yeah,
It's a question. It's a question.
I would say, it didn't have to be. It could have
It
even
would have
been
been
more simple.
appreciated.
They could have cut to the chase and got wait. They could have walked all around like it was traders, like how I don't know if you see traders like where they walk around like the big circle thing. It could have been that, and then some discussion. It's some I don't know. It could have been just more creative in a sense. It very much like boop boop boop. Like they were just laying it out. So this is what we're gonna do next, and then I'm sure you can figure out that because we're going to have hallucinations. We're going to have hallucinations during this trial. Oh. And the potions lady is going to do it all in the sink. Right. And then we need the blood of someone that, like, it was just all like, laid out. Just laid out. I
You
just
gotta do it quick.
predictable.
Make the
But
potion.
predictable. I was like, okay, I guess just get to the chase here. Like, well, no big deal. I don't know. It was just obvious. It was super obvious, but it was cool. Just obvious storytelling. I wasn't expecting that so early on in Agatha, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say I wanted more of the magical element in there. Like they did have the potions, they were making that, but I kind of want them to have their powers in a way. I kind of want to see the fantastical element of the show already. It's too down to earth. This show reminds me of the Penguin. This show reminds me of the Penguin.
We're going there.
It's too down to earth. But then there was a element that didn't remind me of the Penguin, and I'm sure we'll get to it when we get to it. But I mean, the episode was fine. I thought it was fun. I was engaged in the trial itself. It didn't bore me. It didn't turn me away. And I think that's important in a show like this. You have to keep me engaged. You have to keep me invested as to what is happening on screen with these characters. I have to care that if they don't pass this trial, I'm gonna feel some type of way. Like, oh, come on, what's the next step?
Well, they're gonna die if they don't pass. So I guess
Oh, and the series is over even faster. Great.
That's great.
Oh yes. You just want to rush to the end. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was like mediocre.
I mean, again, I said the potion bit is really baseline. It was like
baseline. Yeah.
Ideal potions. What elevates this? I think what elevates this is the cast. I think the cast is, they got chemistry. They got chemistry.
Yeah, the cast is the reason why I like it. Yeah, the cast is really good. I really like the cast.
Their banter back and forth is what, because like the actual trial itself, I think the more I think about it, it was rather baseline. Like, oh, here's a wine. Drink the wine.
They're in a very modern house.
Wine mom. No, the moment they walked in, I figured out the clue. I figured it all out, like right when they were reading it.
So you're a Riddler. You're a Riddler.
Like no,
riddle me this, Batman.
No, seriously, no. But it was super obvious because I was like, oh, it's giving Wine Mom. It's giving like book club, like Oprah's book club. That's the first thing I said.
No, that's what it is. Yeah.
So then when they opened it and they read it, it was like, make sure headphones. Like the whole thing, I'm like, oh, it's wine. Wine Mom's literally. Wine. I'm like, I can't. I love myself. I can't. That was too predictable. This is Live Laugh Love. It gave Live Laugh Love the moment the outfits changed. I said, oh, I get it. Witches, moms love this stuff. It's fall. I'm getting it all together right here. But it was cute though.
Is posh the word? Is posh a word to describe this setting?
Posh is like more of a upscale British type. Like I mean, like that's like French for proper. So
no, I mean, given their outfits, which I actually was digging the costume change.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's going to be a reoccurring bit where each
trial. I hope so.
It could be fun. It could be fun.
I hope they look like. I hope they actually do have like pointy hats and like brooms and they I hope it's like a cliche moment. That would be cute.
Yeah, I think that would be fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, I think it's their banter. Their banter and their dialogue between each other is what probably kept me the most engaged. Because they do have chemistry with each other. So I was more engaged with that rather than like the event itself of like ooh, the poison. Well, what do we do? Your face is
They,
swollen.
I mean, the best one out of all of them, just something just happened to the. I thought was the funniest one. She was my
Oh
favorite.
yeah, no, that's
Oh,
Yeah, like
tragic.
I,
Sharon, Mrs.
yeah,
Hart.
Mrs.
Hart,
Hart.
It's Sharon.
Sharon. Like I don't.
Is she saying that because like that is actually not her name
No,
or?
her name is Sharon. Mrs. Hart is the Wanda character in
Yeah,
WandaVision.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah,
So that's
so
her
It's
name.
she's
Sharon.
having a hard time separating that, and she keeps saying Sharon because Wanda is giving her PTSD.
Yeah,
You call her Mrs.
literally.
Hart. So I get it. She doesn't want to be called Mrs. Hart.
Mm,
Uh,
mm.
I
so
don't.
I get
Yeah,
it.
I don't know how the cast is gonna be now that.
Oh, come on. They're bringing her back
I,
to life. They're
I,
bringing her back to life.
I
There
don't
ain't no
know. She
way.
looked kind of dead. She looked. I
I
don't
mean, she's
know.
dead. She's dead.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
But
dead.
I don't see them. Maybe they'll bring her back. I don't know.
I mean, to see her
It was pretty dramatic last scene. I'm not gonna lie. Like that gagged me. I was like, we thought she was dead. Then I'm like, oh, she's really dead.
Oh, stop. Hold up. Wait, not that Michael Bay cut to black bit where you think the character's really dead.
What?
No, they
What?
cut. Because they
She's
go
done.
like this, and I
She's
was like,
done.
oh damn, she's dead for real.
I'm
gone.
theorizing they're gonna find a way to bring her back. I think seeing Kitty Foreman from that '70s show as a zombie was not something I expected going into the show. If they do that, I think that actually be a really funny bit.
What was her outfit from that '70s show? Was that it?
Wait, move your head, tilt your head.
Is that well
I mean,
actually,
she's giving
okay.
Kitty. I mean, she's
Hold on.
Kitty. She's
right.
she's
I think-
Kitty.
Because the main reason why I'm asking it is because like they emphasized her costume change the most compared to everyone else. Because like she was like gone from the rest of the cast.
I mean, there's
And-
8 seasons of that '70s show. If you could
Right.
pinpoint the
Right.
episode,
I feel like it is.
Yeah,
I mean, I
probably
personally
not.
didn't watch that '70s show like that, but I don't know. I feel like it's supposed to be a reference to it. I don't know.
I mean,
we'll figure it out.
she
Yeah.
probably said it's nothing
and
new.
and the teen, he's giving like with this getup, with this hairdo, he looks so much alike
Like Billy.
no, screw Billy. And actually no.
It's Screw Billy.
You can retract that as well because I
Oh, hold
was
up.
on the money last week. But hold on. I brought him up because he looks a lot like who is the actor that plays Harold from like Harold and Kumar?
John Cho?
John Cho.
I don't
He was
know.
giving John Cho with like the hair. The hair made him look like John Cho in this scene. He doesn't look like John Cho in any other scene, but he looks like John Cho here.
He's also not Asian like John Cho.
He's giving John Cho. He's giving John
Sure.
Cho. I'm sorry. It's that outfit specifically. Once he gets out of this, then he doesn't look like him anymore.
Sure. I can see it. Yeah, this whatever. I don't
It's
know
the
what
hair. It's the
style of hair that is. So yes, trial, the wine, poison. How do you elevate this? It is indeed. I mean, the facial disfiguration, that was a funny bit too.
Like,
I'm glad it
was
didn't
funny.
overstay its welcome.
Oh yeah.
It was funny though. It was funny.
Yeah.
It was funny.
I actually like that they didn't have that too long because I would have been
Yes.
like, all right, we're killing it.
I don't think I would
have.
have liked the whole episode where they're like that the whole time. I would have.
Right.
Was it giving the weekend and his that thing that he
What?
did? The
No,
facial
no.
surgery
No.
thing.
I
Oh,
know
that's
which
what
one
you
you're
thought.
talking about.
Oh,
That's
I just
because
thought
it was
what
like
everyone-
swollen in the cheeks and the lips.
I was just like, oh, Hollywood. This just like looks like Hollywood.
They were giving Cabbage Patch Kids.
Yeah, like what botched? They were botched.
Or you remember the episode of That's
Ruined.
So Raven where she had the mushrooms, and her face got super bloated.
I think I remember that. And
I-
she
a
was. It
little
was
bit.
like the
'Cause she-
cheeks got really, really big. It was like.
Oh yeah.
And she looks at the camera. She's like, "That's what I
Remember
thought
a
it was
little bit.
given." And again, it was fun, but yeah, it's really the hallucinations that are gonna take it next level. But let's get into the nitty gritty because before they even start hallucinating, yes, there was a significant moment that my mouth dropped for sure.
I'm sure it did. I'm sure it did.
Now,
a reference.
it's not about the reference.
Yeah, I bet it is.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. They name dropped a character for the longest time. You know, it's him. It's got to be him.
It's gotta be Mephisto.
It's Mephisto. It's Mephisto. That was 3 years ago.
Do you think Darce exploded watching this episode?
I don't. He can. I think we all did. Comment Chris went straight to the chat.
Yeah, I said 20 minutes name drop. I was like, I can turn it off and I don't have to watch the rest of it because it doesn't matter anymore. That nothing else matters until they say his name again. Nothing will matter.
I just remember Darce was always trying to make connections to like WandaVision and Mephisto and every episode, and you, Grandmaster, were always like, no, it's not, no connectivity.
I did say it wasn't. You're right, because I was done with theories. I was just trying to enjoy the show.
It wasn't a theory though, because I remember that, and it was because it's a part of the story. It's a part of the it was a part of the story.
It was a strong theory. Don't get me wrong. But
theory. It's a part of the story.
Well, not back then.
In the comics, yes. It's been. What are you talking?
No, I'm talking about in the show. In the
show.
In WandaVision, the show.
Oh well, I'm saying. I mean, like.
Yes,
with due time and the retelling certain parts of the comics, they're still following the trails that are left with the main story. Like we
are left to assume. We're still in theory territory because, like you just said, until they bring him up again, this will just be a name drop, and that's all it is.
Wait,
now,
hold on, before I react to that.
Hold on.
What do you say? Yeah.
I don't like that though. I don't want just a name drop. Okay, them name dropping him is just fan service. You know,
but you want
all
that.
Our mouths.
You want that.
No. See, and I know, and I get it. You misinterpret half the things I say.
No, okay, let him finish so we don't misinterpret what he's about to say. Because
my biggest thing is all about world building and making it feel like a comic book. A name drop, which is something I said about the Penguin show, where all they do, if you didn't know these characters by names, that's all you would have. I need more than just a name drop. If they're gonna say Mephisto, which they blatantly said in this episode, I don't even remember the exact line she said. She said,
she was like, do you not have you these are, I don't believe, like she was talking about like she didn't believe the things she was saying about
like you can't trust Agatha.
She traded her son for the Book of Damn, but I don't know if that's true. That's just what I've heard. And then she's like, and I also heard that the son could also be a demon human, an agent of Mephisto. Like
that. There it is.
Yeah, we don't know anything that's happened. I literally paused it and put right in the group chat. I was like, can stop watching. Literally, what are we doing here? She literally just threw all of it out on the line. She just proved everybody's like theory, intentions. Like everybody's like clicked. I just felt it. I was like, yeah, no, this is the story.
The main thing they did was confirm he's in the world. He's in the MCU. He hasn't appeared yet, but he is a presence that these characters, I imagine all these witches know Mephisto to a degree.
Yeah, I mean,
not like personally, but like they know of him. And
I mean, why wouldn't he? Aren't they making like another Ghost Rider or something like that? Am I like?
Then nothing confirmed. There are certain talks right now about Ghost Rider, but again, until he's here, until he is a known factor into these stories, he is just a name drop.
Man, anything's possible after Deadpool. Anything I said that after Deadpool, anything's possible. Anything's possible.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I would like it to be more. I want it to be more.
Anything that happened in the past is happening today. Ghost Rider it's happening. I'm sorry. It's happening.
I mean, technically, Ghost Rider's already in the MCU with the one that was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
But everyone wants to forget that show exists.
Well, everybody, now they're in talks of bringing the third Ghost Rider, Catch. I forget his name. There's three, so
Yeah,
it's not
but
even Johnny Blaze.
I thought like a lot of this was kind of rhetorical because I mean, like they're bringing. We saw Thunderbolt, like the trailer, like they're literally doing everything fan service, like exactly what after series end. You go on Reddit, read all the theories and stuff, and because people put together the story, you start putting other things together. The moment they dropped his name, I said, "Damn, everyone's right." I hate to say it.
It's Ogre.
Everyone's right. I hate to
Ah,
say it. Everyone's right. They have not been wrong about a lot of this
let's
shit.
see what they do. Let's see what they do. Let's see what they do. Yes, yes. Be more than a name drop. I would hope that Mephisto is an integral part either to Agatha's story, the overall story of the witches. If they dare to do more with Scarlet Witch, who is right now in the air, I don't know. We don't know if she's dead or
They
alive.
said Wanda
You know,
again.
they did. They said Wanda, which good. I'm glad they acknowledge that it's a continuation.
Another reference.
Wanda.
I
But,
know it's in the MCU now.
I think they can build. I think they drop the name here because they want to continue to build off of the name drop.
Sure.
We'll see. I mean, there's more to this mystery. I think if anything, the potion stuff was really baseline because they're really just giving you more crumbs to the mystery. These hallucinations gave you a lot on a lot,
like
all
the
all of them.
hallucination bits. Those were
Yeah,
nice. I like
you know
them.
what? If I am giving a comparison from Wanda to Agatha, I would say I like episode 3 Agatha better than I like episode 3 of WandaVision. I'll tell you that. This is
Wow.
yeah, this was way
Which
better.
One was episode 3 of that?
Okay, so
Wanda?
episode 3 of WandaVision ends where Wanda blasts Monica out of the thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, and but all the way up until that point though, it was the whole 70s
It was
look
just
and
shows,
the black and white. It was boring.
Yeah.
It was whatever.
So you want the
Yeah.
curtain veil.
Yeah, I want like it was remember at the time I was like it's dragging. I was saying it at the time that it was dragging like really bad.
They did it at the right point. Yeah.
I feel like this one it's giving content early on, and I feel like with the later episodes it's going to get deeper. I feel like there's going to be a unfolding of her son because clearly
Okay, so that's clearly her big baggage. Go ahead, take it.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say this was probably the worst element.
Wait, which part?
The talking of the son. The talking of the son.
The talking or
the when what's
the sigil?
What's the potion? Which is
you talking about Billy?
Wait, yeah, wasn't that what you're talking about?
No, I'm talking about the baby, the crib, and the Darkhold being in the crib.
Okay, no. Yeah. I mean that bit was cool. The nightmare sequence, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, no, all that was cool. I liked each witch's nightmare that kind of gave some little breadcrumbs of insight into, what their I guess what their most traumatic moment was in their past.
What's holding them back? These are probably the chains that are holding their powers down.
It's a ceiling. It's the ceiling. They have to limit break past.
They have to break. Right. Of course.
Correct. They have
power
to
up.
Kaioken. There you
have
it.
Awesome.
And I liked each of them. I liked how I forgot the divination.
Lilia in her Sicilian Italian background.
That one was, I think, probably the scariest. She had the worst.
They're nailing kind of the spooky. I was spooked.
That was really spooky.
It gave ancient.
It's giving the Nun. I was like, what are we watching?
Yes.
What is this?
It's giving Romans. It's giving like something way beyond what these other girls are ever going to get.
Like, yeah, you dealt with like a mortal person that like tried to stick your head in some water. Whoop-de-doo. That was a freaking demonic possessed.
Yeah, that was something else.
Primordial evil.
She cursed.
She was, yeah.
That is insane.
I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore.
We got some dark secrets.
All that was cool.
Well, she's the oldest too. She's 450. Right.
Yeah, that is right. Right.
They're all like a few centuries old. Are they all confirmed to be older than 100?
They all know Agatha, and Agatha's old, so I imagine Agatha has met them throughout the centuries. But yeah, Lilia's the oldest, being 450.
It just hit me. Remember, she has the like she remember she
Oh
does
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my god,
Mhm.
you know
that's
what?
probably what it
That
is.
makes sense. Yes.
That's
Oh
it.
man.
That's what's in her head.
Oh, you think she's like relapse into that
Yeah,
moment?
Yes.
Like
What
it's
else
like
could
a
it be?
it's a
That's
tick. It's a
yeah.
tick that
It's
just
just
comes
it's
whenever.
probably it's giving the same thing that Doctor Strange had in Multiverse of Madness, where when he took over the body with the book, and then when he like astral projected himself into the other universe through his
Oh, okay, okay.
other
Oh,
universe dead body, and then
Yeah.
like all the damned. Yeah, I think that's what he
Right.
got. Like all the damned like started like taking
because
it
he's not
over him.
supposed to. Right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm,
and then he
mm.
actually took over. I think that's like kind of the same realm here. I mean, it's literally the same like realm actually when you think about it.
Definitely spoopy. Yeah.
Hmm.
But yeah, that Agatha bit with like the dark hold and the baby.
Mhm.
That
It's
gagged
cool.
me.
It,
Yeah,
it, it
that
was
gagged
good. It
me.
was good.
I
It
was
was
like,
good.
ah!
And
I was
and I
like, not the
felt
book of the damn.
and I felt like it would have served a lot more were it not spoon fed to me like literally 30
Now,
minutes
okay,
earlier.
and see,
I
no, no, no,
did
no.
not
See,
like that. I did
that
not
is
like
a
what they did.
now that is an intentional red herring, and you are taking the bait.
What do
You
you
are
mean?
taking
No.
the
Here he
bait.
goes.
No.
You are
I
taking
can't with
the
you. I
bait.
can't with you,
I'm
Grandmaster.
telling you
I
right
can't.
now. I'm telling you right now.
It's Billy. It's
Bro.
gotta be Billy,
Well,
bro.
okay.
Bro.
It doesn't have to be Billy. That's fine. It doesn't have to be Billy. But there ain't no way they gave you the answer in this whole episode, because they did have somebody put a sigil on that boy. Agatha gave up her son.
That could have been
Agatha,
enough. That could have been enough right there.
but
They
I
could
feel
have just
that's
given
too
us that.
easy.
What are you
What do you
talking?
That's
what do you
What do you
okay,
mean? What's too easy? They
okay.
gave us the whole
I
thing, right?
think I think I think
He's
you're
saying it's a
supposed to bite
red
the bait.
herring. He said it's
I
bait.
think
It's bait.
it is bait.
That's
I think it's
That
bait for
ain't
you to think that Billy is her son. I think they're gonna pull the rug from under you, and Billy is not her son. Now I
I
don't know who Billy might be, but I don't think it's her son.
I think
I think that's too easy. I think it's too easy.
First off, I said this last week. I said I think it's probably her son, but I don't see Agatha as the type of person that would have children, and they never confirmed that she ever had children until this episode. But and then you were like, "Oh, Billy! No, it's gotta be Billy! Ice cream, ice cream!"
I said people
That's-
think it's Billy. I said people think
and you're
it's
one of
Billy.
them. You're one of them.
I have so I have a strong theory about this. I really think that's her son. However, I think he's a no one. I think he's a no one when she has powers, and when she doesn't have powers, he is around. I think it's the whole Wanda thing that's going on, because why can't he say his name?
Right,
And then
yeah.
he got her out of that whole, like, he snapped her out of it with that whole Latin spell thing or whatever he said. And then he still has no explanation of how he knows, what he is, who
Well,
he
he
is.
does. We just
Yeah,
can't hear
yeah.
it.
I mean, but like when he says it, we clearly can't hear the name. So it's giving like curse, like a crucifix or something like that, like where he's like her poltergeist until she gets her powers. Like he's literally
It's
there, when she
it's-
gets her powers, he's like starts dying. She's like, wait, what? I feel like that's going to be like the big, oh my god, at the end.
It's very convenient that the two things that would trigger Agatha's memory as to who this person is, because that's the mystery. Because once they do the name drop, it has to elicit a reaction from the cast. It can't just be
Right.
It's Billy, and then the rest of them are like, who's Billy? It has to
Right.
be someone that they know, and the only person that could elicit a reaction from Agatha is if that is her son. And the reason why it's 100% her son is because the clues of the name being etched out of his mouth, and his past, like you know, where he's from or whatever. Those are two things that if Agatha were to hear them, she would clearly remember. Oh, wait a minute, I did that because
And at this
you're
point,
my
they're
son.
they're not even trying to hide. He's like he did his old this very big obvious reaction when he was being told about it, like the whole story. But I'm like No, they're not going to be like, oh, that was a fake reaction.
And-
like they're not that cunning with the
And let
storytelling
me
right
ask
now. I'm
you
sorry.
this. Let me ask you this, Grandmaster. If it is actually Agatha's son, no Billy stuff. It wasn't a red herring.
I'm okay if not being
You're
Billy.
okay with them giving
If
you
it's
the
not-
answer like this early?
No, I said I'm okay if it's not Billy.
Okay,
I said that.
yeah, whatever. But with how I'm talking about for the purposes of building up this mystery, because you're saying this plot thread where they spoon feed you this entire bit of like, yeah, Agatha had a kid so long ago, and she gave it up to trade for the Darkhold. No one knows where the kid is today, and the one boy that's right there is like, huh? Could it be me? Could
Right.
it be? So
What is that?
I'm asking you. You're saying that you think that's a red herring. It's a purposeful. Hold on. Look. Because here's my question.
I know what
have
you're
a
getting
question.
at.
I have a question.
I'm about
for
to
you.
answer it.
Let me ask it. Maybe our
all right,
audience
go
doesn't
ahead.
know. So you're saying that is a red herring. It's a purposeful ploy to just trick the audience into being like, you think this is Agatha's son because we're telling you it is right here. Let's say it's not that case. Let's say that actually is Agatha's son. That was no red herring. It was just poor writing to just tell us right then and there to make it so obvious that is her son. What are you going to think about them giving that to us that early? Spoon feeding us that mystery that early, blatantly.
So there's two things here. There's two options this can go. Because clear as day, right, they did spoon feed you. They dog walked you into this answer, which is why I think it can be a red herring. As in, they want you to think it's her son for them to pull the rug from under you. Okay.
Yes.
Now that's one answer.
Okay.
That's one answer.
Now
the
answer my
other
question.
answer. No, listen, there's two parts to this because I said it could be a red herring. What it also could be is another type of red herring where, yes, it is her son. However, it's not clear and cut and dry. It could be her son. He could be possessed. He could be, Mephisto in disguise as her son. And there's going to be a rug pull.
But that's her son. If it's a disguise as her son, that's still her son.
Like any other scenario, these mental gymnastics that you do.
What? It's not mental gymnastics. It's two things. Listen, let me repeat this.
It is mental gymnastics.
Let me repeat this. No.
Go ahead.
Because
go
again,
ahead.
There's two reasons why they would blatantly give you the answer. One, because they're setting you up for the fall, where it's not her son, or B, they're setting you up for a different fall where it is her son, but that doesn't mean he's on their side. He might be the villain in disguise the whole time. He might be the one pulling the strings to get them all together, and he might be the undercover villain of the series.
But why would
I don't think that's
why would you want that this
now,
why would you want them to tell you that
now
early?
again
it doesn't make sense though.
Now listen very carefully to what you said. I never said I wanted that. I never said that. So I don't know where you're getting. This is what I want. I'm saying this is what it could be.
So let's address it then. Ignore about any hypotheticals. Screw the theory. Do you like? Period. Don't worry about. Well, technically, that's not what I said. Don't do any of gaslighting.
No, y'all like putting words in my mouth. So I just
don't gaslight. Don't gaslight here. I'm going to ask you a blatant question. And Kame Chris is here to confirm if you're on track to answer the damn question.
I always
knowing with how they spoon fed you very hard in this scene about this boy being Agatha's son. Do you like that? Do you like that level of storytelling?
But see, here's the thing.
Oh, go.
I'm answering your question. I am.
Yes or no?
I am.
Yes or no?
No. It's not a yes or no question.
Okay. The answer. Sure.
This.
Chris, thank you.
No. Stop. No.
Go ahead. Say
stop,
your piece.
Stop,
say your piece because this proves it. But go ahead.
No, because this is a cause and effect. If they do this here, and then the rug pull, the fall that I'm talking about is not good, then no, I'm not going to like what they did here. But if the fall is good, meaning the effect by the end of this series if what they gave you here sets up the fall greatly, then I'm fine with it. But if it is not well executed by the end of this show, then I'm not okay with it.
I have
Because
a
again,
question.
this is hold up. This is cause and effect.
Go ahead.
This is cause and effect. Your effect is only as good as your cause. If you're gonna do this in episode 3, the payout has to be good. The payout has to be
I want you
worth it.
right now. I want you right now to name me 3 under the rug sweeps that Marvel has ever done in their entire
I mean,
life.
I don't have any off the top.
They
of
don't.
my
They
head.
because they never. Okay,
They
you know
don't.
what happens. You know what happens.
I mean,
we
if
have
I
these.
go
We
back
have
and
these.
think, maybe I can find some, but I don't know any off the
There's-
top of my head.
Oh,
I'm just talking
the,
about in stories in general. I'm talking about stories in general.
I'm talking about like in the grand scheme, like when we're always watching these, right? And it's always so predictable what's going to happen. Do we ever get like, I never knew that was going to happen? Like it never. Marvel never gives that in any series.
Wait, what are
Like,
you asking me of right
He's
now?
asking you
What are
about
trying-
rug pulls. Rug pulls
like,
where it's blatant about
blatant,
what they're telling
like
you,
they're just going to
but
change
then-
the story up.
I can't. I mean, okay. You want to talk about a bad rug pull where the fall wasn't good? Pietro and WandaVision. That was not good.
Who?
That Pietro
Quicksilver.
and WandaVision. That was not good. They blatantly said, "Hey, it's Quicksilver." We were left to believe that was Quicksilver. We all thought multiverse. It's Evan Peters from X-Men. Just to find out it's Ralph Boner. That was not a good rug pull. That was great setup, and they spoon-fed you it, and it was not a good fall. That was a terrible effect. That was a terrible one. So there's one right there.
I mean that kind of proves the point that it's bad. So
No.
I would say
they didn't prove anything because we don't have the effect yet of this. We don't know.
So,
We're
There's
only
no reason
theorizing.
to have an expectation that it will be good.
Exactly.
I didn't say it will be good. See, I don't know where y'all getting this
Wait,
from.
no. An expectation that we're going to get a rug pull and it's all going to be like, we never saw that coming.
I think I didn't say we don't see it coming. I'm just saying I think there will be a rug pull. Whether it's good or not is left to be determined. However, that spoon feeding is only good if that rug pull is good. It can't be.
So right now you're
can't be
saying
both.
because we don't know if it's going to be good yet. We don't know if it's going to be a good payoff. Right now you're saying it's serving in that scene.
Serving? I want to say it's serving.
Okay, so what do you call it? What do you call it?
I looked at that and I said, that's pretty too on the nose for me. The payoff better be there.
It's too on the nose. So it's not spoon fed.
All I gotta say is the penguin could never. The penguin could never. The penguin could never.
I don't know what you're saying about what. I don't know how this relates to the penguin at all.
It does a lot.
Yeah, to the conversation.
I don't know how there's no mystery. There's no mystery in the penguin.
Are they going to reference the rest of Gotham City or make bigger references to the bigger stipulations?
And I said on that pod, if they do that, that would be great. I said if they do that, I would like that.
But you are coming from a place with DC and the Penguin where your expectations are tempered.
These are not one-to-one. These are not one-to-one.
Don't compare my comic books.
No, we're 3 episodes into Agatha. We're 1 episode into the Penguin. These are not one-to-one.
Look,
I know what you're trying to do.
It's fine.
I know what you're trying to set up.
Fine.
It's not working.
No,
I don't think
it's fine.
It's working.
Our listeners,
I don't think it's working.
listeners will come to their own conclusion.
Right, because they really sounded off on this. Right. they really care. They really care what y'all have to. This little gate that you're putting up and have me in.
They just despise. They despise your fanaticism. For the MCU.
Right, because they've been so vocal about it. They sure have.
Did you not see the thumbnail on this episode?
Sure, they've been so vocal. I haven't.
Have you seen it?
I haven't. I have not. I
think you need to see it.
I have not seen it. I don't care. I don't need to see it. And I won't even go look at it because it doesn't matter. The point of the matter is this. There are, 6 more episodes of this?
Oh, God.
There's 9 total. We already lost 1 member of the coven. R.I.P. to, what's her name?
Kathy Bates.
That is not Kathy Bates. That's very disrespectful.
Wait.
Kitty.
Kitty,
Kitty.
Deborah.
Kitty,
I
Deborah
think,
Joe Rupp.
yeah,
Yep, Deborah Joe Rupp.
Yeah,
Mrs.
yeah.
Hart.
I remember that 70 show credits.
Yes, yes, as you should, as you should. I mean, we didn't even talk about the hallucinations of Jen and Alice. Alice got mommy issues. I'm sure that'll be a big thing
I mean,
come her trial.
they were minimal compared to what
Yeah, I don't care for her. I
the
don't
others
really care
saw.
for her character or her story. Like, it's not, it's not enough.
I
Like,
mean, I say wait on it. I don't
yeah.
think a
Okay, so
hallucination.
okay, but okay. So the curse mark on her arm, right? So there's a thing.
The
I have a
curse mark.
strong. I feel like it's yeah, right. I feel like it's a. I feel like it's a. So when like teen when he called it
Mentions
out,
it. Yeah.
calls it out. What it's giving, what he is, it's almost like he's like a dictionary of spells. And it's almost like he knows about every single thing that has to do with being a witch. Like every aspect of it. Like every time he brings it, he's like, oh, that's a curse spell. Oh,
Oh,
I know what this is. Oh, like he literally is knowledge of all
He's
the
well
magic.
versed. He's well
Yes.
versed. Yep.
almost
Yes.
like
And
he's the
it's
son
so
of a
it no,
witch.
it's
I
almost
don't
like
know.
I hate, like, I don't know if it's if I'm like, trying to, if the connection's connecting yet, of dictionary, book of damn, making the connection here of him knowing spells the same. It's just every time he has his one-on-one interaction, it just exposes how much he knows and how much of a, it just seems like he's just either underneath that he must be a crazy, like, under like a sorcerer of all and manipulating them to get
Yeah.
powers to
Yeah.
absorb them, or he is something
He's
else
very
that
I mean,
knowledgeable.
Agatha,
he's a representation of Agatha's power, or their power, or the witch's
I mean,
power,
Agatha has a son in the comics. His name's Nicholas Scratch.
There you go.
So,
There you go.
you know, I
There you
I
go.
mean, even with that said, I imagine in the Agatha show they would probably, I think it'd be wise to cover all most corners of her lore.
Oh,
Seems they're
they're
kind of
doing it. They're doing it really
setting that
fast.
up.
They did it in 3 minutes, really
They're going,
fast.
I
yeah.
mean,
Did you know that she had a son and Mephisto was real? And that she traded it for a book called the Book of the Damned?
And this
it's
is
called
Marvel,
it's
And then
called
and
the
it's
we're
the
Dark
feeding
Hold.
MCU.
you, and
It's
we're
called the
feeding.
Dark Hold.
If this was Deadpool, this would have been like, and this is not a giveaway, and the audience is not eating this up right now, and
Well,
this is not
this
me
is not
spoon feeding you
Deadpool.
information.
We don't have
We're
someone
not gonna
to
break the
break the
fourth
fourth
wall.
wall. We
Exactly.
don't have that
Gymnastics.
luxury. We're
Mental
just gonna have to wait and
gymnastics.
see how it plays out.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
Yeah, we'll see. I'm
uh,
sure. I'm
yeah,
sure.
Bet. Yeah.
I'm sure it's gonna be like, it's probably got to be a big deal. I think this is gonna be a
I'm
It
big
sure.
has
deal.
I
to be.
think
There's no
Yeah.
way it's not.
episode 4 of WandaVision was a big curtain lift.
Hmm.
Because that was when they went back in time, showed you Monica doing her thing
Hmm.
and getting into Westview. I mean, we have what one, like at least 4 more trials for the witches, because Aubrey Plaza, I'm sure, is gonna come back into the fold.
Oh well, there's a
Yeah,
preview
when's
of her
that
falling.
expected?
Like she's literally covered in leaves or something in one of the
Right,
previews,
yeah.
and like on
Oh,
the
okay.
road. So yeah, she's the one with the black heart, because I'm sure they can't finish this without someone with a black heart.
And then
'Cause-
the 7, what, the Salem 7, they're still after them too.
mhm.
So I'm
They
sure
not in there. They not in there.
they're gonna find a way down into the road.
I'm telling you, they are not in there.
I
They
mean,
are going to be
they
in
gotta
boss.
sing. They gotta sing.
Yeah, they're not gonna fight them until they all get their powers. I got that feeling when, like, they're being chased. I said, well, I'm sure we're not gonna see whatever the fuck that
Well, I
was.
mean, they sure
That
would have got killed and murked right there. Right, they
yeah,
don't literally have nothing.
yeah.
And then the show's over. It's great.
Oh, you just wanted to be over.
The sooner the better.
Sooner the better, right?
I just hope this isn't like a low-key ending where, like, like the ending, it kind of gives like nothing else to the main story anymore. You're like, they could revisit this, but I doubt we're gonna care.
Mm.
Like we're like low-key grabbing all of the things and being, like at the end,
Yeah,
and
I
like
feel we'll never see
yeah,
Loki again.
I don't think we're ever gonna get that. So I just hope it's not one of those where like we'll just never get
So
Agatha or
you
something.
don't want this cut and close Marvel
You'll
story.
see it
Yeah,
in
yeah,
Secret
Yeah,
Wars.
yeah, I want it to be in something, a part of something. I
I
want
get
them to
it.
show up. Like
I
I do
mean,
want that fantastical part.
Connectivity.
I think if
Yes.
they could continue, obviously, if Blade ever gets off the ground, Blade is easy
It's not happening.
territory.
Mhm.
Even
It's
I
not.
mean, I hope it does. Blade is easy territory. The darker mystical type of stuff that's easier to connect to. So Blade, Agatha, if they ever care to do something with Wanda, I mean, obviously Wanda, she can go into this area, she can go into the X-Men, she can go into the Avengers. She's
I
probably the
mean,
most
yeah, well versed
versatile.
one. Well versed.
Right.
She's literally the actual crossover.
Yeah,
Like
actually, yeah, she's a
yeah.
really, really good crossover
Mm.
point. Right. But
Yeah.
I don't know what other more darker entities. Wolf by Midnight. I didn't watch that.
I still haven't seen it.
Right. But I don't know. Witches, monsters, vampires.
It's probably a
I
good
think
show
that's
to
your
watch now.
Mm-hmm.
Considering.
yeah, it's spooky season.
Well,
I think
I mean, in the context of Agatha, like it's
yes.
introducing like the witches and a lot of like the
Mm-hmm.
spooky stuff of
Spooky.
the Marvel universe. So maybe werewolf. Is it Werewolf by Midnight?
I think it's Werewolf by Midnight. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know if that was the game or something.
Oh, I
Is it?
Wolf by Midnight? I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm getting
God.
confused now.
I'm
Jesus.
lost. I have no idea what
There's
that
a game.
There's a game called like Werewolf, but I don't know if the game is called
Okay,
Werewolf by Midnight.
The Marvel show is Werewolf by Midnight.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Werewolf by Night. Werewolf by
Werewolf by
Night.
Night. Werewolf by Night.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, I would say that's that's another one they could probably tie. This is an umbrella. The spooky horror stuff.
Yeah.
Just, but as far as then there's the greater umbrella of the MCU,
Which I think we all care for the most with the whole
we do
retcon rewriting all this shit that they're doing. So yeah, but I don't know.
I mean,
I feel like this show could be a great opportunity for them to just like really kick some shit off. Like really, like that last episode could very much be the biggest cliffhanger to a movie or to something that we're like, or Wanda, but are you just seeing red magic appearing and you're like, oh my god, it's Wanda, like
it's
you
a
know,
reference to
it's a
Scarlet
reference.
Witch.
Kame Chris brings a good point. The Scarlet Witch, that was like a once in a generation type of witch that was supposed to be a myth.
Like literally huge, and I don't even think they really got into her.
They
enough.
didn't. They didn't.
And I think this is like the mid version of getting into her. If you ask me, I think this is
actually
like her death story. Her like I don't know if the audience.
The more we talk about it, the more I get mad at Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah,
for killing her the way that I told
killing
you
her.
it killed her.
Well, I don't know that I've always I watched it again and I'm like that little last. I'm like that's her teleporting. That's her teleporting. She bullshitted. She said, "I'm not dying. Fuck you, bitches. I'm going to become a zombie." I don't know. It's a throwaway. It's a crazy throwaway.
Is it a red herring? Is it a red herring?
Yeah, that's not the definition of a red herring. I mean,
red herring, bro.
I don't think that's a red herring. I think that's just bad storytelling right there.
Yes.
Like they weren't talking, Jen Schaefer or Jack Schaefer, who did WandaVision.
Mm-hmm.
She said, "Hey, Sam Raimi, here's where we left Wanda. Hope you do. I know Kevin said you want her in this film. Just make sure you do good stuff. We have all these ideas with the Darkhold and the Scarlet Witch. Yeah, I was just gonna kill her.
I was gonna kill her.
She has to die. Don't you know in Spider-Man movies the villain dies at the end every film? She has to die.
Boom.
She's gonna
die.
Yeah,
I will say though, I have like the theme they've been like gravitating towards is strong X-Men. This is a very strong X-Men climate we're in. No, everything. Marvel in general, the whole universe. It's a very strong gravitational pull to X-Men, and Wanda kind of has half of everything to do with X-Men as well. So it's kind of hard to say like everything that's going on, and then me watching X-Men, I'm like, okay, this is I can see the direction they're trying to make all the connections now. So then when they really get the universe settled, we can,
Start playing.
they can solidify the cast and everything, and who they want involved, how they want the story to be told. But I'm just hoping that this isn't like the either, because I have a fear that this is going to be the end of, Agatha, Wanda, all this, the Vision, all that, everything from there is this could be the end of it or the start of it. I don't know. Like, I just don't know how
Um,
they're going to go about it.
the Doomsday movie and Secret Wars will be very telling
That's why I say that. That's why
on
I say
who
that.
they bring into those movies, because especially Secret Wars. Secret Wars is
Mhm.
supposed to be everybody's fair game to be in the
Yeah.
Secret
Intergalactic,
War.
interdimensional.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly. So
literally.
that
I
everybody
know
should
that's
be
what you want.
like.
I
I
just
don't
hope
know
the
what.
Gambit never comes up. I hope the Gambit never comes back. The random
Oh,
hate moment. I just want to say, I just hope the Gambit doesn't come up.
Channing Tatum.
I hope he
He
never
he was he
shows
Wow.
up
was
on the screen again.
he was a moment. I'm okay with him having his moment, and
Oh
that's it.
no,
I don't
no.
need. I personally don't need any
Ah.
more. But
Oh God,
Wow.
he made me
Okay.
cringe so hard inside. I'm sorry.
it was funny. It was funny, but I
I
don't
don't
need
ever
any
want to see
more.
that. I don't ever want to see that again. Just
Okay,
to throw that out there.
that's
But
all right.
but no, I want to see Agatha come back season 2, 3 in a movie between season 2, 3.
We're not
Like
even
I just
done
don't
with
want.
season one. What are you talking
But
about?
I'm saying like this because her ending in WandaVision was fucking iconic. I was when they said she was getting her own show, I was like, I cannot wait.
Oh,
That's
don't
why
tell that
See,
to
yeah,
don't tell it to Grandmaster.
well, no, Dr. Jason is what I'm talking about.
What? What'd you
I
say?
said, I said
What'd you
when
say?
they said the Acolyte was the gayest Star Wars show, I told you it was not giving. See you next Tuesday. I said Agatha, they're coming for Agatha because she's giving. See you
see
next
you next
What?
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Okay,
That,
Period.
but what's that got to do with what Kame Chris said?
Yeah.
because Kame Chris is a prime example of what I mean. They
Kame
like
Chris
Agatha.
just said when they announced Agatha,
No,
he
no,
was
you're not getting
excited
it.
for it. You,
That's-
on the other hand, when they announced Agatha, were like, I don't care for this. What?
I
We don't
didn't
need it.
have to be
We didn't need
excited
it.
for Agatha, but you got Kame Chris and the
Dr.
rest
Jace,
of the community.
he's saying the community clearly
The community begged for this.
the community got what we've been asking for. Like
That's
we
what
got
I'm
we got what we've been
They
asking
they
for.
didn't need me to be excited for Agatha. You
Yes,
got
because
Kame Chris, you had Darce ready to go.
because that's what I'm saying. Like when you are a LGBTQIA element in GO, I can make the joke. But like what I was like I'm saying like when you are into the witch shows and like it's just the theme and how it is and the way Agatha, the actress, is hilarious. Like I'm like, this
She
is
is
her
pretty
big
funny.
break. Like this is like at the end of WandaVision, I'm like, she's getting such a big role. Like this is so out of realm that I would expect. Oh my gosh, she's literally the antagonist. There's no way at the end, like she's literally the big fight. Like it just kept unraveling, and then I'm like, I want the show. And they said Agatha, and and I was like, I need the show. We all need the show right now. Like, and then
Fair.
all of gay Twitter was like up in arms, like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Like, this was such a great, like, which show? Which shows? Yes, this was necessary for anyone that is like a witchaholic. Like
Very
ever.
telling.
The Acolyte was not given that. The Acolyte was not.
No.
Right.
The Acolyte didn't
You
give
wanted
that. The
the Acolyte
Acolyte
to
was
serve.
just
I,
yeah.
I didn't need the Acolyte to serve. I'm just saying
You wanted it to.
when y'all pointed out that they said the Acolyte's the gayest Star Wars, and then they said Agatha is the gayest MCU project, I said these are two different kinds of gays we're
Yeah,
talking about.
two different types of
These are
gays.
two
I
different
gotta be
kind of gays.
They're
because the
still saying
Acolyte
the
game,
same thing.
the Acolyte
It's not
game,
the same thing.
the Acolyte
Words
was
matter.
I don't know.
Right. See you next Tuesday.
They didn't.
is
Yeah.
Agatha.
Did they say see you next Tuesday? No, they
didn't have to.
They
They
did.
didn't have to.
Words
They
matter.
didn't have to.
The moment they went through the house and they changed their clothes, clearly I knew exactly what was going on from get-go. So I'm just saying it was very see you next Tuesday. Y'all like the reference y'all made for the plastic surgery too. I'm like, it was clearly Hollywood plastic surgery. I can feel my face. Like it was very much that.
I didn't think of that. I didn't even think about it, but yeah.
Yeah, like that was the whole. That it was all. It's supposed to give you live, laugh, love. Like that was the whole purpose of the whole
See,
episode.
it's fun. It's fun. It's a different
Yeah.
type of
The
gay
MCU
than the
is
acolytes
fun.
gay.
The MCU is fun. I like the
acolytes-
MCU. I like laughing and
the
frolicking in
acolytes
the
gay.
MCU.
The acolytes gay stops. It begins and ends with one scene: two lesbian witches looking at each other. Boom, done.
That's what gave the LGBT. That's what made it gay. That's crazy.
That was the gay.
So whatever. Fine. It's
well, and the creator and her wife was in the show starring. That was the gay. That was the gayest Star Wars project.
I thought it was good, cute for girls. I thought girls could relate to it, of all types.
Well, it doesn't matter because it's gone.
It's good. I hate that.
I hope Agatha. I hate it too. I hate it too. I hope they do better with. Well, I think so far Agatha's getting better response. I think we're on a good roll here.
I was looking at live tweets. Yeah, people like Agatha.
I'm enjoying Agatha, despite the minor gripes that I think are valid through the episodes. But am I enjoying this more than the Acolyte by episode 3? Yes.
I am too. Yeah. That's not a hard distinction.
So
thank you for making it. Thank you for making it.
1 through 3 of the Acolyte we're really not that fun compared to Agatha.
I never said they were.
I don't know. I enjoyed the Acolyte.
That's okay.
Yeah.
The difference. The difference is when you say you enjoyed it, I know you actually enjoyed it for the merits of whatever you saw in the Acolyte.
Yeah,
Grandmaster, when he says he likes it, he is forcing himself to like it to justify his bias.
It's not true. I don't have a Star Wars bias. That's by far
Disney umbrella.
No,
Disney bias.
No Disney bias.
It was cute. It was cute.
No,
and I believe you, Kame Chris. I
wish it gave more. I'm gonna be like, why didn't someone's arm come off episode 3 of Star Wars with lightsabers? But that's a whole other conversation. Whole other conversation.
Listen. Let's let's keep this energy going for Agatha. We couldn't keep it going for Acolyte, but Agatha is doing much better. Two shows, female leads. They both start with the letter A, but witches. They both have witches. One so far is on a nicer track record. We got episode 4 next week. Each episode title is a reference to the song. So we were supposed to learn the song by this week. Did we? We're about to close out. Just for the record, did we learn the song? Did anybody learn the ballad of the Witch's Road?
I thought that shit was long and like doing a lot when they were singing. I was like, this is a lot.
Because as if you haven't.
It's loud, so I'm like,
I've learned it.
Wow,
I know you have.
That.
Surprise! Surprise! I'm so surprised.
Fine, I didn't really learn it, but I can learn it if I try.
Oh, you're lying. No, you know it. You know
fine. I don't. I don't. I did rewatch the episodes.
Oh, so you definitely know it.
Can you sing the
song
song
know
from
it
Penguin?
though. What song from the Working 9 to 5? Because they played Dolly Parton in the show. In the Penguin. See, y'all don't pay attention. I
didn't even pay attention. I was like, what song in the Penguin?
Yeah, right. They played 9 to 5 Dolly Parton.
It was a
right. I got you. I got it.
For it.
Oh no, I succeeded. So thank you for giving me points. All right. That's it from us here at the table, right? Agatha, we're good. Everybody okay?
Yeah. As we talking about the acolyte, something clicked. We could talk about it another time.
All right.
By the
I just
end of
noticed
the
something.
season, we can
We'll
compare
do-
which show succeeded.
I don't think we need to
Acolyte
compare.
or
How about in
Agatha?
end of 2024, we'll do our best TV show recap, worst TV show recap. We'll come back, and then we could do a
That
true
will be so
comparison.
funny because I know what's not appearing on your worst TV show list.
What?
Right, because you know,
Not
you
the
know.
acolyte.
Okay.
Not the acolyte. I
All
really
right.
enjoyed that steak.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. All right, that's it from us here at the Yonko table. Talking about Agatha all along, episode 3, whose name escapes me. It was the third verse. Agatha all along, episode 3, through many miles of tricks and trials. Look at that nice little rhyme. Thank you, Lopez. Duo, wife and husband, for coming up with that. That's it from us here. Thank you for all your support here, especially right now on the live with Dr. DrJaceAttorney talking Agatha. And of course, thank you for listening to us on your various podcast stations, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you listen to us. And and your support on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. And of course, if you ever want to pop off on us, go visit our Discord in the link down below. Comic Chris in there, here and there. Dr. Jace in there, here and there. I'm in there, here and there. We'll gladly discuss with you whether you like Agatha or how much you love the Acolyte. That is okay. But that is it from us here at the Yonko Table. I'm your host, Grandmaster Hoop, fellow Yonko, Dr. DrJaceAttorney, and Supernova Comic Chris. How shall we close this? Shall we sing the song?
Nope.
Down, down, down the road, down the witch's road. Honestly, I learned
The gays
chorus.
love that song though.
I bet you they do.
They're eating it.
See you next Tuesday. I told you.
The acolyte is good. The acolyte is good, bro.
You're not an ally. You're not a real ally. You're not a real ally.
Dr. Jace is an ally.
He needs to do better.
Let's
He's an
stand
ally.
up.
He's an ally.